Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Lacey, Washington, the campus of St. Martin's University. It is NCAA Division II baseball, the Great Northwest Athletic Conference battle between the St. Martin Saints and the Montana State University Billings Yellow Jackets. My name is Scott Gladstone. So excited to have you along with us here for Game 1 of today's doubleheader, a four-game series between the Yellow Jackets and the Saints. Yellow Jackets come in with a record of 16-20, 7-11 in the conference. The St. Martin Saints are 13-21, 9-11 in the conference. This is a very important series for both sides, as the Yellow Jackets and the Saints are both battling to be a part of the Great Northwest Athletic Conference tournament, which will be here in Lacey, Washington on Saints Field in less than a month. We'll be excited to bring you that one. But for now, we'll bring you some regular season action for two teams battling for a spot in the three-team conference tournament. Starting pitcher for St. Martin's University is Finley Butler. And he fires the first pitch in for a foul ball. We are underway, 12:59 on the clock. 55 degrees cloudy here, but sun peeking through just a little bit for a Saturday afternoon doubleheader. The 0-1 pitch into Carson Green, the leadoff man, is up high. Count goes to 1-1. Starting lineup for the MSU-Billings Yellow Jackets, it's Carson Green leading off, playing center field. Bodie Wright, then Caden Kirschenbaum, Mitch Winter, Peyton Flynn, Hayden Foltz. In the bottom three are Jack Naylor, Zach Blazak, and A.J. Wagenman. That one misses up high. The count goes to 2-1 on Carson Green. Green, a .329 hitter, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. Swing and a miss there, as about halfway through, Carson Green realizes he was going to come up empty, but still goes down as a swing and a miss. It's 2-2, the count on Carson Green versus Finley Butler, who I'll talk about in just a moment. Swung on, high in the sky, shallow left field. Alohi Areki calls off the shortstop McNally and makes the catch for out number one. It's an F7 that gets us underway here at Saints Field. Starting pitcher for the Saints, Finley Butler wears the number 35. He has a 6.69 ERA, 1-4 record, 36 and a third innings pitched. He has 23 strikeouts and 17 walks. Right-hander will prepare to fire. The first pitch squares to bunt, and it's back and caught at the shoe tops by Finley Butler, fielding his position well. It's a bunt out for out number 2. Good job by Butler there to not rush off the mound to grab that one. Patient just to watch him just evaporate the distance between him and that ball floating to the turf and grabbing it before it touched the green. Up steps the number 3 hitter, Caden Kirschenbaum. This one's hit on the ground, fielded by Brady McNally, who throws the first. And a good stretch by the man at first, Stewart, to end the inning. 1-2-3. Down go the Yellow Jackets. The St. Martin Saints are up to bat in the bottom of the first. Just about ready to see the first pitches of the St. Martin's lineup, and this is how it looks. Brady Bean leads off. Yamaguchi bats second. Stewart third. Little fourth. Arecki fifth. McCorkle, the catcher, sixth. And the bottom three are McLaughlin, McNally, and Ozzie Shaler. Brady Bean stepping in now. Bean leads the team in batting average. Nearly 100 points ahead of the next best SMU batter. He's batting .395 to the tune of 2 triples, no home runs, 19 RBIs for the freshman. Also has 17 stolen bases on the year, which leads the squad. Right-handed batter will step in and see Jackson Betancourt, who throws a first pitch strike to get us underway in the bottom of the first. Betancourt, a left-hander. Kind of an awkward delivery style out of San Diego, California. That one misses low. Count goes to 1-1. Sophomore, 6'1". And that one's fired in. It's dribbled. Foul. Count goes to 1-2 on Brady Bean. Betancourt on the season, 6.22 ERA. As that one misses high. He has a 2-5 record. This is his 10th start of the year. He has 3 complete games. So you can tell that he can take a workload, that's for sure. And he blows up the strike zone a fair amount. 51 Ks to 21 walks. And right as I say that, he throws a ball to push the count full at 3-2. Payoff pitch coming from lefty to righty. Swung on. This one's dribbler, a slow roller, fielded. The throw is in time. Having a jump over the bag was Naylor, but in the end, a good job by Wagenman, the catcher, to make the difficult play and fire it over to first on target at any time for out number 1, 1-3, or 2-3, excuse me, gets us started. Up comes Michael Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi, the junior out of Aiea, Hawaii, steps into the right-handed batter's box, prepares to receive from Betancourt. First pitch in the zone, a called strike. Betancourt, opposing batters, hitting .259 against the southpaw. 0-1. Swings on that one, and now in the hole 0-2 is Yamaguchi. Defensive alignment for MSU-Billings behind the plate. Wagenman, who you saw just make the play over at first. Naylor, who you saw receive the play from Wagenman. The second baseman is Wright. The shortstop is Blazak. And the third baseman is Kirschenbaum as we get a foul ball to extend the at-bat. The outfield from left to right for the Yellow Jackets is Flynn, Green, and Foltz. Off speed, misses low, and the first ball of the at-bat makes it 1-2. 10th pitch by Betancourt here in inning number 1. It was Finley Butler that cruised through the top of the first. Just 7 pitches thrown by the St. Martin's starter, 5 of them for strikes. And speaking of a strike, a swing and a miss for out number 2 as Yamaguchi goes down swinging.
Number 6, Mark Stewart.
Mark Stewart now steps up. He's second on the St. Martin Saints in batting average, .299 in his 30th start here. 15 RBIs, no home runs from the SMU first baseman / catcher. First pitch swinging. It's popped up into the air. The pitcher, Betancourt, calls off his fielders and makes the grab. 1 pitch for the third out. It is 2 quick innings. We're through the first. 0-0 between MSUB and St. Martin's. Mitch Winter, the designated hitter, will lead off the top of the second inning here. Winter steps into the left-handed batter's box. The 6'1" sophomore out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. First pitch in the bottom part of the zone, a called strike. And Winter's behind 0-1. The defensive alignment for the Saints did not say it in the first. I'll say it in the second. McCorkle behind the plate. Stewart at first. Brady Bean over at second. McNally, the shortstop, per usual. McLaughlin over at third. This one swung on. Out to left field, where the Saints, I'm trying to figure out who that was that made the catch. I think that was McNally way deep there. That was able to come up with that grab. So a fly out nonetheless to left field for Mitch Winter. That one's inside on Peyton Flynn, the left fielder for the Yellow Jackets. Count goes to 1-0 for Flynn. Swings on that one, hit well to right field, and it's caught in right field by Reed Little. And again, the opposite way, the players are playing really deep. That one seemed like Brady Bean was playing in shallow right. It seemed like the shortstop, Brady McNally, was playing shallow left on that last play. Very interesting setup from the MSU Saints defensively. Swing and a miss to start off the at-bat for the number 6 hitter, Foltz. That one misses the zone, so count makes it 1-1. Finley Butler with a 7-pitch first inning. This is the 7th pitch of his second inning. Can he do it yet again? The 1-1 with 2 outs. It will not end the inning on that one as it misses low. Count goes to 2-1. With 2 outs. In from Finley Butler to Hayden Foltz. Just couldn't make the zone crack on that one. Count goes to 3-1. 2 outs here, top of the second. Foltz on the season, a 323 batter. Off the plate, it'll be the first base runner for either side. A 5-pitch walk to Foltz. Now
batting, number 33.
Up comes Naylor. Naylor, the first pitch, hits the zone. Yeesh, that one looked lower than the one that we saw called a strike, or called a ball in the last at-bat, but nevertheless, that one goes for Butler to make the count 0-1. Jack Naylor on the season, 378 batter. Has not seen the plate a ton. This one's hit over to right field. Backing up is Reed Little, and he sees that one right in front of his face, squeezes his glove around it for out number 3. So a walk puts Foltz on base, but nothing to show for it. Still 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Little.
Up steps Reed Little, the right fielder for St. Martin's University. Got 2 of the outs last inning in defense. The Olympia, Washington native now will step in to the right-handed batter's box. Listed as a switch hitter on the roster. I feel like I've mostly seen him hit out of the right-handed batter's box, but maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Swung on to short and through for a base hit. That one hit the grass and just died and skidded past Blazak for the hit.
Number 44, Alohi.
It's a leadoff single from Reed Little. For Little, that's his 26th hit of the year. Up steps Alohi Areki now. Alohi Areki, 15 for 15 on the base paths and stolen bases this season. One of the fastest players in the GNAC. Steps in the left-handed batter's box to see the pitch from Betancourt, which hits the outside of the zone. A called strike. Make it 0-1. For the St. Martin Saints, this is their first game in about a week and a half. I mean, exactly a week and a half. It was last Wednesday as that one hits Areki on the right hip. And Little moves to second. And McCorkle steps up to the plate with 2 on and no outs. Like I was saying, this is St. Martin's first game since last Wednesday when they went up to Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, the home of the AAA Tacoma Rainiers, and took care of business against the University of Puget Sound Loggers in a South Sound battle. Back to a lefty versus righty matchup, and McCorkle swings and misses at the first pitch. Betancourt, the leader in strikeouts by far for this squad, as we get a throwback to second into center field. Reed Little's not going to gamble and try and go to third on that one, as he had a body on top of him to slow down any sort of attempt at third base. McCorkle on the season, been platooning at that catcher position. .264 batting average for McCorkle, looking for his 15th hit of the year here. Swings on that one, foul ball, and the SMU catcher's behind 0-2. No outs. Areki on first. Reed Little on second. Good speed on the bases for SMU, with McCorkle at the plate. 2 triples on the year for Trevor McCorkle's no home runs. In the dirt, good block from the catcher, Wagenman. Count goes to 1-2. This field absorbed rain pretty much all week. And what a great job done by SMU to make it playable here, as we're just happy we don't got rain today. The 1-2 with no outs coming in. Step off and a fake throw back to second. It's a situation where if you step off the rubber there, you have to give a throw or else you're going to get called for a balk. So more of a formality half throw from Jackson Betancourt than an actual attempt. This one swung on. The pitch was high in the zone. Backing up to center field is Green. The catch is made. Reed Little will fake a run to third and hold up, and maybe it would have been worth the gamble to try and get there because the throw from Green missed the shortstop and obviously missed third as well. Then maybe would have been a decent chance for Little to scamper to third, but better safe than sorry with no outs. Now there is 1 out as Dylan McLaughlin, the third baseman, steps in. Betancourt fires that one to the lower inside corner. Great placement on the first pitch strike from the left-hander Betancourt. 0-1 with 1 out. Swung on. Over to third. Fielded and thrown for 1. He was off the bag. That throw is high from Kirschenbaum. It's going to be an E5 on Kirschenbaum. And the bases will be juiced with 1 out.
Now batting, number 5, Brady McNally.
Up comes Brady McNally. First pitch, swings and fouls it back. Brady McNally down 0-1 here. McNally on the season, a .240 batting average, 8 doubles and 10 RBIs. Bases now loaded for him. A chance to break this game open. Another foul ball. He's right with it timing-wise, fouling him straight back each time. But the problem for him has been trying to make solid contact with it. Just scraped a part of his bat, and it has him in the hole 0-2 for the team leader in batting, for the team leader in strikeouts for MSU-Billings. Betancourt would be a big moment to add to that tally and get a K here, take a sacrifice off the board. McNally's with it, a foul ball back into the netting. We'll do 0-2 once more. McNally, an on-base percentage of .339 this season. He's got good speed with 5 stolen bases. Great defensive shortstop back there. Single-digit errors for him on the season. 0-2 with 1 out. Swung on, out to deep center field. Green is camped under it, but it's going to be enough to score the run, and it will be Arecki tagging up to third, and across the plate is Reed Little. A sacrifice fly for Brady McNally. The scoring is open. With that, it's 1-0 SMU in front. McLaughlin holds at first, so now runners on the corners as the number 9 batter, Ozzie Shaler, steps in. Good job by McNally after falling behind 0-2 to work an RBI out of the equation. It will go down as an unearned run against Jackson Betancourt because of the E5 on Kirschenbaum. That should have resulted in at least out number 2. Maybe there's a chance for a double play on that one. You can't assume that. However, you can say that it should have been out number 3 on the fly out to center field there. That pitch smacks the zone. Count goes to 1-1 on Shaler. 1-0 MSU. B is now trailing here in the bottom of the second. Pickoff attempt over to first base. No tag applied. Reminder of the defense for MSU B. Wagenman behind the plate. Kirschenbaum at third. Blazak, the shortstop, right, the second baseman. Naylor at first. The outfield from left to right. Flynn, Green, and Foltz. The pitcher is Betancourt. The lefty fires the 1-1. Knuckled up into this air. Betancourt over to make the play. Just in fair territory, he's able to do that. And that's out number 3. The sacrifice fly by Brady McNally scores Reed Little, who opened the inning with a hit. It's 1-0 SMU as we head to the third. Back here, we're in the top of the third inning. MSU-Billings trails 1-0. They got 8, 9, and 1 this half inning in the form of the shortstop Blazak, the catcher Wagaman, and the leadoff man Green. First pitch misses everything and gets all the way to the backstop. Ball thrown by Finley Butler makes it 1-0. Right now, 1 run on 1 hit by the Saints. No runs, no hits, and an error by MSUB. Again, squaring a bunt. Popping it up, and Dylan McLaughlin sliding in. Nice and cool to make the play for another bop, bunt pop out. I called it a bop out. Don't think that's an actual term, but a nice little bop out there for out number 1. First pitch misses. Count goes to 1-0 as Wagaman, the catcher, is ahead. That one swung on, popped up in the air. The right fielder Little is there to make the grab. It is out number 2, just 3 pitches and 2 outs for Finley Butler in the SMU defense.
Number 2,
Flip over the lineup card for the first time for the Yellow Jackets. Steps Carson Green for his second trip to the plate. Carson Green, his first time up. He flat out to left. That one misses in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0. Fifth pitch of the inning by Finley Butler. Each at-bat has gone ball and then a fly out. Will they follow suit? The Yellow Jackets will not, as they swing and miss at that one. Green has even the count up at 1-1 here with 2 outs. Into the zone, and Butler has worked himself ahead 1-2 on his 25th pitch of the day. Trying to end the top of the third with a strike here against Carson Green, the freshman out of the Tri-City area, Kennewick, Washington. Transfer from Walla Walla Community College, fouls it off. The count will stay at 1-2. One, two, 2 outs, bases empty. The pitch swung on and fouled towards the SMU dugout. One, two, once again from Butler into Green. Pitch up high, 2-2. Two outs, bases empty. The pitch low in the dirt. We go full, 3-2. Green trying to work himself a walk here. Three-two with 2 outs. Payoff pitch misses, and it'll be a 2-out walk. Good bat by Carson Green there to earn himself something. Now Green, the speediest player on this MSUB roster. They don't steal a ton, but 9 stolen bases by Green on the year. He has the most of any Yellow Jacket. See if McCorkle, the catcher, is called into action on any stolen base attempts. Bodie Wright now stepping in. Wright is 0 for 1. He popped up a bunt back to Finley Butler. Called strike to start it off. 0-1 is the count. That one misses in the dirt. Good block by McCorkle. Count goes to 1-1. That one misses. McCorkle bluffs a throw down to first base. Count goes to 2-1. 2 outs. This one swung on out to center field. Shaler looks to be comfortable with it, and he is. He grabs it for out number 3, so a second straight inning with a 2-out walk, but not much to show for it. It's 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Back here, Brady Bean steps up. It's 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third. First pitch misses for a ball from Betancourt into Bean. Next pitch will be number 30 for Jackson Betancourt, the MSU-Billings starter. Next pitch to Bean misses as well, 2-0. He's ahead in the count. This is no rare occurrence for Brady Bean. He has over 500 in the on-base percentage department as this one's popped up, and hope I didn't jinx him here as it does look to be in play for Wagenman, and he makes the play. It's a pop foul out to the catcher for out number
Now batting,
1.
number 37, Michael Yamaguchi.
Up comes Michael Yamaguchi now. Swings and misses. It was a heavy swing from Yamaguchi there, behind 0-1 now. First time up, Yamaguchi struck out swinging. Yamaguchi on the season, .278 batting average with 15 RBIs. And one misses off the shoot top. Highlight of his season for sure came when he walked off the Saints in the bottom of the ninth against Northwest Nazarene. That was just a few weeks ago here at home at Saints Field in Lacey, Washington. 1-1 pitch with 1 out into Yamaguchi. Swings and misses at that one. Count goes to 1-2. 1-2, 1 out, bases empty. Betancourt about to throw pitch number 35 as he looks to get back on track after allowing an unearned run last inning on the McNally sac fly. That one misses low, and the count is 2-2. Swings on it, and it's through. A dive from Blazak, the shortstop, but not enough to make the grab on that one. And that was exactly like Reed Little's hit, just hit it up the middle towards the shortstop side of second base. But it just dies and skids in the grass, and the Saints have used that well to put 2 on due to singles. Up comes Mark Stewart The first baseman for SMU, his first time up, he popped out to the pitcher. Kind of a misty rain here now taking over. First pitch was a ball in to Stewart. This one swung on, golf towards left field, green light, and it's down for a hit. Yamaguchi's going to hold up at second base. And that's the first hit to the outfield for either side as Stewart on the 1-0 pitch singles into left.
Number 11, Reed Little.
Yamaguchi on second, Stewart on first. 1 out for the Saints. Up 1-0 already. Reed Little, who's 1 for 1, stepping in. First pitch into Reed Little as Betancourt sets on the mound. Swings on it in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0. Or 0-1, excuse me. Little hometown kid from Olympia, graduate of Tumwater High School. What can he do with the 0-1 pitch? And 2 on and 1 out. Saints threatening again. Swings and fouls it back. Count goes to 0-2. Little has scored the only run of this contest. He came across in the sacrifice fly by Brady McNally. Throw back to second is just a little bit late. Yamaguchi slides back in successfully. Trying to catch him there. Unable to do so. This one swung on and it's foul. Oh, 2, 1 out. Bottom of the third, 1-0. SMU has the lead. Runners on first and second in Yamaguchi and Stewart. Swings on it. It's a high fly ball to right field. Foltz will come in and camps under it for out number 2.
Up to the plate.
Alohi Areki will have a at-bat here with 2 outs now. Alohi Areki got plunked with the pitch the last time he was up. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch from Betancourt as he takes a couple glances at Yamaguchi on second. This one's popped up into the air. The third baseman is over to make the play as Kirschenbaum does so successfully for out number 3. So 2 hits by Yamaguchi and Stewart. We head to the fourth. It's 1-0. SMU leads. Back here, we're in the top of the fourth. Caden Kirschenbaum will lead us off. It's 3-4-5 against Finley Butler. Kirschenbaum, Winter, and Flynn. First pitch misses low and away. Count goes to 1-0. 35 pitches thrown now by Finley Butler. 34 through the first 3 innings of work for the SMU starter. Right-hander Butler hails from Boise, Idaho. This one swung on, and the first hit against Finley Butler comes on the number 3 man, Kirschenbaum. He's aboard with nobody on.
Now batting number 40, Miss Winter.
Winter now stepping in. Winter 0 for 1. Flied out to shallow left field. His first time up. And now big number 40 will step in once again. Butler fires it, misses inside. Count goes to 1-0. Finley Butler appeared in the game 1.5 weeks ago against Puget Sound at Cheney Stadium. And as that one is a foul ball, Stewart fields it successfully, but gonna have to see another pitch to Mitch Winter as the count goes to 1-1. Week and a half ago, Finley Butler, he pitched the 3rd inning, and he sent 3 up, 3 down, all by way of the K, as this one's fouled back. He was the most impressive SMU pitcher, and that's because no pitcher saw more than 1 1/3 innings. So we had a couple pitchers that came in to clean up, finish out an inning. Both that one's high. Both the pitcher that finished it off, as well as Blaze Wong, who came in and got the Saints out of a jam. Freshman, who we will likely see in Game 1. We've usually seen him in Game 1 of series. 2-2 as the runner goes, swung on, hit and run. Will have to force Kirschenbaum to run back to first base. Foul ball keeps it at 2-2. Coming on to get the save that also pitched over an inning for SMU. Maybe you could argue that he was the best pitcher of the day, was Sam McCauley, who finished it off. As this one's up into the air, McCorkle has his eyes on it, and he grabs it in foul territory, out number 1. It's a good job by the dugout to help out their catcher, McCorkle, and say, it's right above you, it's right above you. Kirschenbaum stays put at first base, obviously. 1 away here as Peyton Flynn steps in. These two teams have already met 4 times this year. They played 4 games in Billings, Montana. The weather was not horrible. They got the games in, but it was not wonderful either. Billings, Montana, as it tends to be in the spring, which anybody that knows Montana, which I'm sure there's at least a couple watching, they know that spring tends to wait until about May to show up. Then it's there for about a couple weeks before you shift into a very, very nice summer usually. 0-1, as this one is plastered out to left field. And it's going to drop 4 extra bases. Green light. Heading home is Kirschenbaum. The relay throw, there will be no throw. Sliding in successfully to home is Kirschenbaum. It's a tie game, 1-1, off the Peyton Flynn RBI double. Good job by the third base coach for MSU-B, who had the green light on all the way, reading that one. And with 1 out, good base running by Kirschenbaum to recognize that ball was going to get down and to get on his high horse all the way home. First run of the game For the Yellow Jackets on their second hit of the game, they make do with a leadoff single, and that one hits the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Now the go-ahead run at second base in the form of Flynn. Flynn, to get a sense of his speed, he's not going to burn past you. 0 for 1 in stolen bases this year. Not necessarily his specialty. He'll deal with the RBI double. That's for sure. This one is a foul ball. Count goes to 0-2 as Butler gets ahead on Hayden Foltz. Foltz worked himself a walk his first time up. Foltz on the season, batting .323, an on-base percentage of just under 400. 0-2 with one out and a runner on second. Misses on the inside. Foltz had to shy away from the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Butler, a couple breaths. Sets on the rubber. A glance at Flynn at second. And he fires. Swung on. Right to first base. As they're going to call it a pitch clock violation on Finley Butler, it will be ball 2 rather than what would have been a line out to first base. It was a situation of the players on the field hearing the call before I did. As the runner on second, Flynn was really lax that. I was wondering why he wasn't buzzing back to second. As there's a swing and a miss. So all the pitch clock violation does is extend the at-bat by one pseudo pitch for Foltz. He ends up striking out for out number 2. Up comes Jack Naylor. Naylor, his first time up, flat out to right. Next pitch will be number 50 for Finley Butler. As he sees the right-hander Naylor. Naylor, originally from Gresham, Oregon. True freshman. Excuse me, not a true freshman. But this is first year playing, as I believe he's a redshirt. Strike has him behind 0-1. A 1 with one out. Swung on, gets under that one and lifts it foul now behind 0-2. Butler's done a great job throughout this contest. The MSU-Billings Yellow Jackets have found a way to drive his pitch count a little bit up. Throughout, just 12 pitches. Excuse me, I was looking at Betancourt's there. Is this another foul ball that nearly takes out the head of a teammate? 7 pitches in the first inning from Butler, and then 11 in the second, 16 in the third. Now he's up to 18 in this fourth inning. So they've driven up the pitch count each inning. And the way Butler is pitching, they'll surely be happy to get him out of here any way they can. This one's going to be a tough play for McLaughlin. The field, the throw is not going to be in time. That's a hit for Jack Naylor, who was too tough of a play for McLaughlin to try and make over there at third, crashing in there, charging. It's an infield single to put runners on the corners with 2 outs for Zach Blazak. Oh for 1 is Zach Blazak. He popped up a bunt to the third baseman McLaughlin his first time up. First pitch swinging. Back to Butler. Butler fields. Butler flips, and it's out number 3. The RBI double from Flynn ties the game at 1 apiece. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-1, Yellow Jackets and Saints. there's back here. We are in the bottom of the fourth. McCorkle will lead us off after the 1-3 ground out finished off the bottom of the fourth. This one swung on by McCorkle up into the air. It should be 1 pitch, 1 out as Blazak, no, the second baseman right, ends up catching it.
Now batting, number 13, Dylan McLaughlin.
Up comes McLaughlin now with 1 out. Off the shoe tops, count goes to 1-0. That one's in the zone. Count is now 1-1. Make it 1-2. 1-2, 1 out for McLaughlin. McLaughlin 0 for 1 today. Reached on that E5 fielder's choice. Ball makes it 2-2 now. 2-2 with 1 out. This one golfed up. It's a high fly ball down the right field line. It's tucking foul, and in foul territory. Foltz, the right fielder, makes the play for out number 2.
Now batting, number 5, Brady McNally.
Brady McNally now steps in, the lone RBI of the game for the Saints thus far. Has come off of his bat, a sacrifice fly to center field. Swings on that one, popped up. And again in foul territory, a Yellow Jacket makes the play. Naylor grabs it. It's a 7-pitch inning, 50 pitches total from Jackson Betancourt. We're all knotted at 1 as we head to the 5th. We are back here. We're in the top of the 5th, due up for the MSU-Billings Yellow Jackets. It is 9-1-2 in the form of Wagenman, Green, and Wright. Swung on, up to center field. Shaler moving in. He nearly slipped as he came in there, but he makes the play. It's out number 1. His right foot just shot out for a quick second. It is 1 away here in the top of the 5th. We have not even put in an hour of game time, and it is nearly halfway through this contest. We are cruising. But as soon as I start thinking about it more and talking about it, I'm sure it'll slow down, so don't worry about that. Carson Green at the plate, 0 for 1 today. Foul ball. fly out to left field. MSU-Billings, their park that they played in when the Saints played there was a very hitter-friendly park. And if you look at the stats of this Billings squad, you can tell, one, they play at altitude. Two, they typically play their home games at a more hitter-friendly park. They have a total of 51 home runs. And in comparison, the Saints, which play in a very not hitter-friendly park, here Saints Field, have a total of 7 home runs. This one's a high fly ball out to center field. Shaler backing up. And the catch is made. I don't have a straight comparison of
Now batting, number 16, Bodie.
their field compared to the Saints field, but I'm telling you, even a play like that, which is a lazy fly ball here at Saints Field, could have a chance to get out over there in Billings with the thin air plus, a little bit tighter confines. And that's why it's funny, if you look at the box score of their games against the Saints in Billings, the score was astronomical, and now you're looking at these two squads battling a 1-1 game through half the contest and thinking, are these really both the same teams? As we see in a swing and a miss to make it 0-2 against Bodie Wright, the second baseman. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Popped out on a bunt and flied out to center. But you can tell the outfielders have had a lot of work today for the SMU Saints, as this one is hit up in the air. Speaking of, Shaler, a hat-trick inning for the center fielder. 1 out, 2 out, and 3 outs, all F8s, and we head to the bottom of the 5th, 1-1. Back here, bottom of the 5th, Ozzie Shaler leads us off. 0 for 1 is Ozzie Shaler. We have 9-1 and 2 as it's Shaler, Bean, and Yamaguchi. A fly out to the pitcher the last time up for Ozzie Shaler. Kind of knuckled it as it got in on his hands. First time up. First pitch is in the zone as Betancourt wastes no time. And we're underway in the bottom of the 5th. Again, in the zone. And Shaler's behind 0-2. Kind of worked out where Shaler cut all 3 outs last inning, and now he leads off this inning. Misses up high. Count goes to 1-2. Big reason for Shaler getting the start here is because of his fielding ability. Hasn't really clicked on a ton at the plate as he hits this one up in the air, and the first baseman Naylor over to make the play. It's out number 1. Shaler is,
Now batting,
along with Aloyereki and Reed Little, one of the best fielders on this squad. And so he's in there making the plays in center field, showed his worth defensively last inning. Foul out is good for out number 1. As Brady Bean steps up. Bean swings and misses at the first pitch. He's behind 0-1. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Fouled out to the catcher and grounded out also to the catcher. That one misses as the catcher, Wagenman, tried to flip his wrist and frame it down into the zone. Couldn't get the call from the home plate umpire on pitch number 56 from Betancourt. That one misses. Count goes to 2-1, and Betancourt now at 57. Finley Butler at 62 through 5 innings of work. We're seeing dueling gems right now as that one hits the upper part of the zone, and Bean doesn't like it, but it evens up the count at 2-2. 2-2 with one out and the base is empty. Bean sees it, hits it, and it's through into right field for a base knock from Brady Bean. You're not going to keep him hitless for that long, and he's on base with one out.
37, Michael Yamaguchi.
Brady Bean, one of the nominees for the Marty Awards, which is a student-run award ceremony, mostly run by the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. And Brady Bean, one of the nominees for the Newcomer of the Year for St. Martin's University. He came in as the runner-up behind Huey Wynn, who's a golfer and long jumper on the SMU track and field team. This one's a fly out to left field. One pitch, one out to Yamaguchi. Two gone now in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting, number 6, Mark Stewart.
Mark Stewart at the plate. 1 for 2 is Stewart. Singled as he golfed the one into left field his last time up. 60 pitches thrown by Betancourt as he checks on the runner Bean over at first. Another check over at first. This were MLB rules. Betancourt would not be allowed to throw over to first again without getting Bean out. And if he did, it would result in a free base for Bean if he checked on him and didn't get him out, which he's doing here. So exactly that. If that happened in an MLB game, and obviously Betancourt would know more and be more hesitant to do it, but that would mean Bean going to second there. College rules. There was something just said to Kelly Gow, the manager for SMU. Don't know exactly what the discussion was about, as we're going to get another check over to first. And as you can tell, as we've waited about probably 2 minutes, at least a minute in between pitches here, just for the first pitch. That's exactly why the MLB made that rule about pickoffs, is so fans that are sitting in the stand don't have to wait 2 minutes to see just one pitch to a leadoff batter here. 0-1 is the count after eventually the pitch comes in and a foul ball is made. Bean's taking a good lead over there. He's daring Betancourt to try and pick him off. And he does so again. Count stays at 0-1. Bean over there. Second on the team in steals, first on the team in steals. 17 for 19 on the season. Looking right at the lefty Betancourt in the eyes as this one's hit right back to Betancourt, who makes the play on the line drive right back to him. So Betancourt and Finley Butler each threw 5 innings. Each have thrown exactly 62 pitches, and each have allowed just 1 run. It's 1-1 as we head to the 6th. Back here, we're in the top of the sixth. It's 3-4-5 for MSU-B. Kirschenbaum, Winter, and Flynn. Kirschenbaum 1 for 2 and ended up scoring on that double by Flynn. Foul ball gets us started. Like I mentioned at the end of the last inning, these pitchers perfectly in sync as they each finished up their fifth inning, throwing exactly 62 pitches. Now Butler with that foul ball up to 63, make it 64. They were not on the same strike percentage, however, as Butler threw 40 strikes through his 62 pitches. Betancourt 5 more strikes at a 45 mark. Count is 0-2 as the 65th pitch for Finley Butler will come in. Breaking ball swung on out to right field. Little is there to make the play. Reminder of the lineups for those who have joined late and want to know when somebody that they know might be up to bat. Green, Wright, and Kirschenbaum are the first three for MSU-Billings. Winter, who is up now, makes up the start of the middle three, which is followed up by Flynn and Foltz. The bottom three is Naylor, Blazak, and Wagenman, the catcher. First pitch just misses inside to Mitch Winter, who's 0 for 2. The designated hitter flied out to short and popped up to the catcher. On the other side, SMU's lineup is Bean, Yamaguchi, Stewart, Little, Arecki, McCorkle, and McLaughlin, McNally, and Shaler. This one's up in the air. McCorkle over and can't make the play. I don't know if that touched the net and was out of playable territory for him. Just glad it didn't come plop right on top of us on our camera here. We're all good. And the count is 1-1. One and 1 is the count. For Mitch Winter. Make it 2-1 as that one misses off the shoe tops. Winter on the season, 6 home runs. One of 4 different Yellow Jackets that have hit more than 5 home runs. This one will not be a home run. Reed Little coming in. Brady Bean, the second baseman, is going to end up making the play there. You see him fall to his backside after making it, but he does so successfully. A pop out to second base will be out number 2. Clearly, the way that this roster is constructed for MSU-B with the amount of power they have, Saints playing very distinctly defensively. As you see it right here, this is actually a good look at it. You see the first baseman Stewart, he's the farthest fielder to your right, and then Brady Bean is actually right behind the rope that you see in the middle, the part of the netting. He's right behind there, and he's playing in shallow. I mean, yeah, he's essentially a really shallow right fielder, Brady Bean there. One of the most unique defensive kind of alignments here, and for a guy named Peyton Flynn, yeah, he's right behind the netting. And then you see out near the flagpole, that's the right fielder, Little. Shaler, the left or the center fielder, is playing quite shaded over into left field as the foul ball makes it 1-2, and then Arecki is playing in deep left field nearly down the line or close enough to the line. All the outfielders are playing really deep. They're saying no chance Flynn is able to put it down the right field line. If that happens, it'll easily be a triple, may even be flirting with allowing an inside the park home run if Flynn really gets on his horse. They're basically giving that up. They're also giving up anything up the middle or towards second on the right side of the infield, unless it's really hit Oppo where Stewart is. That one's in the dirt. Count is 2-2. Again, talking with comparisons between the MLB and college baseball, this type of formation would not be allowed defensively in Major League Baseball. So the Saints taking advantage of the college rules here, as the new rules institute one that you need to have 2 infielders on each side of second base as the count is full, but also that you need to have all your infielders on the dirt when the pitch is thrown. Brady being our 4th outfielder right now, clearly not on the dirt. 3-2, 2 outs here. Base is empty in the top of the 6th. Swung on and missed. Finley Butler, his 76th pitch of the inning, results in out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-1. Yellow Jackets and Saints all square. Back here, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Reed Little 1 for 2 on the day. And a single and a run scored. The lone run scored for SMU was Mr. Reed Little. First pitch, knotted into the zone. Makes it 0-1. That's a nice breaking ball that slots in there as well, and it's 0-2. Betancourt, more than happy to get ahead. We look at, as this one's hit up into the air, Foltz, the right fielder, will get out his counterpart. Reed Little, the right fielder for SMU. A fly out is out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Alohi Areki now steps in. Areki 0 for 1, flied out to third base, was also plunked by a pitch. When we look at other starters for each of these sides in this series, it would likely be Daniel Naughton and Ty Wilson and Andy Evans, the other 3 starters for MSU-B. As a check swing there, holding off, was Areki. Count goes to 1-0. For the Saints, it will be Justice Yamashita, Cole Hatton, and Nicky Scott, likely the other 3 starters for this 4-game stretch. Swung on, foul ball. Count goes to 1-1 for Areki versus Betancourt. Betancourt, already mentioned, 3 complete games by him this year. Leads this MSU-B squad. The only other player that has a complete game is Trevor Castle, who has started just 2 games. This one hit hard but foul. Count goes to 1-2. Areki behind. Areki out of Honolulu, Hawaii, graduate of Damien Memorial School, the 5'5" lefty. This one hit hard. Tricky little play for the first baseman, as that ball was not staying consistent with where it was bouncing, but Naylor is able to keep his glove to the dirt and snag it for out number 2, unassisted. 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th. McCorkle will see the 70th pitch from Jackson Betancourt, and it misses. Count goes to 1-0. McCorkle Transfer from Yakima Valley College from just up the road in Milton, Washington. 1-0. Into the zone, even up the count at 1-1. McCorkle is 0 for 2 on the day. Fly out to second, fly out to center field. Swing and a miss has him behind 1-2. The left-hander from SoCal Betancourt has been working well. This one swung on up into the air. Naylor looking over. So is Betancourt, and he does it himself. We've seen some good fielding from the MSU-B pitcher. Betancourt ends the 6th inning. We're still tied at 1 apiece. We head to the 7th. Back here, we're in the top of the 7th inning. Finley Butler still out doing work for the Saints, and I'm sure we'll see Betancourt back doing work for MSU-B. As this is a pitcher's duel out here in Lacey, Washington, as this one's hit hard but foul by Hayden Foltz. Foltz 0 for 1 with a walk. Foul ball again, just right back to the catcher, McCorkle. Count goes to 0-2, 78 pitches now thrown by Finley Butler. Both of these pitchers, a very low pitch count. Unless they start to get touched up, you can assume that it will be them continuing to stay on the mound. Betancourt is at 73 pitches through 6 innings. This is a foul ball. Next pitch will be number 80 for Butler, the starter. Bear with us here as we're trying to improve our camera angles for you. So we're not touching anything to try and make it worse. We're trying to make it even better. We hope that those of you who have seen a lot of games, as that's a foul ball. MSU-B fans might not know as much unless they tuned into games last year. Those are the fans that have tuned in throughout the season. I tried to make a hesitant promise to you last broadcast that we'd have some improvements this time around, and we do have a new camera for you. Upload into you in HD as that one misses low. Count goes to 1-2, and as we prepare to host the GNAC Championships early next month, we will have even more improvements to make. But this is just a start, same angle, but soon enough we'll be able to hopefully get behind the plate and give you the full field to look at. Wouldn't that be great? But for now, we're just trying to give you at least the pitcher, catcher, batter, first base, maybe second base as clear as we can. 1-2 with no outs here. The leadoff batter, Foltz, is up. Another foul ball. One, two, once again will come in. Foltz has had a good battle this at-bat, and another foul ball. This is what you need, especially when a pitcher's pitching so well. And Finley Butler just shoot his pitch count up by having at least 9 pitch at-bat, which is what it's going to end up being. Foltz ready for it. Butler ready to fire. And he gets him! Swing and a miss for out number 1. 9 pitches it took, but in the end, Butler emerges victorious. Naylor stepping in. Naylor 1 for 2. A single on that tapper that he hit over to third base that McLaughlin could not make a play on. Saints defense looking pretty straight up, playing Naylor this way. As this is just his 48th at-bat of the year, sees a strike, makes the count 0-1. Naylor on the season, just 1 home run for him and 6 doubles. This one's hit to right field. Reed Little backing up, and he slows down, makes the catch on the run. 2 gone in the top of the 7th. Every at-bat becoming more and more crucial as we tick down the time to the 9th inning. Zach Blazak stepping up now. Blazak 0 for 2. Popped up a bunt to third base, and he grounded out to the pitcher, Finley Butler. Seen the pitchers play some great defense today. Betancourt, of course, but Finley Butler with that shoe-top grab on a bunt in the first inning, and also the good field and flip on Blazak the last time up. First pitch misses low. Ball makes it 1-0. 1-0, 2 outs. That one misses low again, and now it's 2-0. Next pitch will be number 90 for Finley Butler. I'm sure there's warm-ups starting to rev up in the bullpen for SMU. As likely the game will be flipped to a reliever shortly. As a check swing and a foul ball makes it 2-1. 59 strikes out of the 90 pitches thrown by Finley Butler. In the bottom half of the 7th, after we get our 7th inning stretch, it'll be the bottom of the order for SMU. 7, 8, 9, McLaughlin, McNally, and Shaler. 2-1 with 2 outs. Butler. Breaking ball into the zone, a called strike, and it's 2-2. 1 strike away from ending the top of the 7th. And really, other than a double back in the 4th inning that a run scored on, Finley Butler has been a hard-pressed man to find a breakthrough on. 3 hits against him, 4 hits for SMU against Betancourt. 3-2, 2 outs. The right-hander Butler sets on the mound, a breath as he fires it in. Up high and a swing and a miss. That will retire the side in the top of the 7th. 93 pitches thrown by Finley Butler as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Back here, we're in the bottom of the 7th, due up for St. Martin's University. It's 7, 8, and 9, McLaughlin, McNally, and Shaler. McLaughlin on the day is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and flied out to right. This one hit right to the shortstop, Blazak, who makes the play. One pitch, one gone. And up comes the shortstop for SMU, Brady McNally.
Now batting, number 5, Brady McNally.
Betancourt's next pitch will be number 75. Finley Butler turned a 1-2-3 inning last time out, but he was made to work for it, as this is a ball up high and away. Count goes to 1-0. That one hits the zone, called strike. Count is now 1-1. I don't see any serious action going on in the MSU-Billings bullpen, which I have a look at compared to the SMU one. This one's going to be a tough play for Blazak to make, and he does so just in the nick of time to first base, as he had to charge that one and fire over to first. Probably wouldn't have been an error if he wouldn't have got there in time. But it is enough for a 6-3 ground out. Blazak's made 2 plays. Can he turn himself a hat trick here in the bottom of the 2nd? Ozzie Shaler will see the plate here in the 9 spot. Sees a ball to start off his at-bat. 78 pitches thrown by Betancourt. That pitch count is mighty low for him. This one swung off. That was off his foot. Good call by the first base ump, as the home plate umpire couldn't see that nabbed the foot of Ozzie Shaler. Now you can probably see in your shot the limps that he's got, favoring that right foot. He'll be all right, but nevertheless does not feel good to get one out the top of your toes. 1-1 is the count with 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th. Into the zone. Pitch number 80 makes it 1-2 the count. 59 strikes thrown by Betancourt of his 80 pitches. Just a knock under 75% strike percentage from the southpaw. 1-2 is swung on, lifted up into the air. The third baseman Kirschenbaum coming in, but it will be Blazak to make all 3 plays in the inning. 1-2-3. We head to the 8th, 1-1. Back here, we're in the top of the 8th inning. It is 9-1-2 for MSU-Billings. Wagenman, the catcher, Green, and Wright in this half inning. Wagenman, the catcher, is 0 for 2. He's played a great game behind home plate, but still looking to get on base for the first time. A pop out to right and a fly out to center. Square and a bunt, and it's popped up and into the backstop. This SMU squad, as they are shifted over for Wagenman right now, daring him to try a bunt down the first base side. They are all shifted to the left of second base. McLaughlin playing fairly close to the line at third base. Bean playing just to the left of second base. And McNally playing to cover the hole there. Called strike, makes the count 0-2, and now you'll likely not see Wagenman try and drop down a bunt again. Swung on, lifted up in the air. Over to right field, Reed Little backpedaling, stopping, and squeezing for out number 1 in the top of the 8th.
Now batting number 2, Carson Green.
Flip over the lineup card for MSU-B. Carson Green stepping up. He's reached on a walk. He's also flying out to left and flying out to center. Lots of flyouts in this contest, especially for MSU-B. The Saints have taken their fair share of them as well. Though, squaring a bunt. Called a ball. Don't know where that one missed. Maybe a little bit inside. Don't have a great view from where we're at to try and tell. 1-0 pitch. Foul back. MSU-B on the road here, rocking the yellow tops with blue lettering. Gray pants, and then the blue and yellow striped socks with blue hats and yellow brims on them. Yellow bills. On the other side, the Saints are in their full white home uniforms, but they're rocking the camo caps to celebrate Military Appreciation Day. We had SMU alumni and Grisham Hall of Honor member Bob Whitney throw out the first pitch. Also a former member of the Marine Corps. And this one is ripped into right field. It's a hit from Carson Green to reach with 1 out. And pitch number 99 from Finley Butler allows Green aboard. On that single into right field, this will be pitch number 100 for Finley Butler to crack the century mark. Goes low in the zone. Count goes to 1-0. Now it becomes a question, especially once your starter gets over 100. It's a question of how much of a leash does head coach Kelly Gow give his usual Game 1 starter, Finley Butler. Pickoff attempt over to first. Green's diving back in. Already mentioned Green with some speed. Speediest guy on the team in terms of stolen bases. 9 for 10 on the year. Green is also a great fielder out there in center field. Just one error, as now they got him caught in a rundown. It will be unsuccessful over there on the rundown. So I believe that will be credited as an error to Brady Bean there for not being able to catch that one. They had Green caught in the rundown, but he used his speed and his smarts to get out of it and go for second. And it worked out. So for now, call that an E4 on Bean. This one swung on, hit up in the air. Backing up is Little. Should be enough to advance Green to third base. And it is, as Green will tag up on the fly out to right field.
Number 29, Aiden Kirschenbaum.
And now Kirschenbaum steps up for the biggest at-bat of the day for either side. A 1-1 game. The go-ahead run at third base in the form of Green. Good speed, but it doesn't really matter. No sacrifices in play. Kirschenbaum needs to not get out, to extend this inning and give MSUB a chance to get what is a go-ahead run and possibly a winning run across. Kirschenbaum, the team leader in batting average, this is his 33rd game played for the Yellow Jackets, and he has a .370 batting average with 48 hits on the year. Defense playing pretty much straight up, tilted a little bit to the left is the outfield, and playing fairly deep for the man that's hit 9 home runs. 1-0, 2 outs. Kirschenbaum sets and prepares to receive. Butler on the mound, fires it into the zone, a called strike. Kirschenbaum probably has some family or friends in attendance. He's from Federal Way, Washington, just south of Seattle, Skagit Valley Community College transfer. 1-1, 2 outs, runner on third. 1-1 contest between MSUB and SMU. That one misses up high. Count goes to 2-1.
But if you have some of those set on auto, they'll recorrect. That's what I'm talking about. So if you put it on aperture priority or something like that.
2-1, 2 outs. Swung on, it's a foul ball, and it evens the count at 2-2. Runner on third is Green. Kirschenbaum at the plate. Kirschenbaum has scored the lone run of the game as he was pushed across from first base on the Flynn RBI double. 2-2, 2 outs with a runner on third. Winter on deck, Flynn in the hole. The pitch, just off the plate, it's full. For Kirschenbaum versus Butler. I don't think Butler will stay out there after this inning. Likely trying to finish off 8 full innings. Can he find the final out versus Kirschenbaum? 3-2, 2 outs. The pitch. Foul ball. The tension rises a little bit more here in Lacey, Washington. 108 pitches thrown by Finley Butler, an absolute warrior out there. His counterpart on the other side, Betancourt's at 81. One of them is not going to grab a win in this contest, at least one of them. 3-2. And it hits Kirschenbaum. We will hand the baton to the next batter. First base was open, so it's not the worst possible outcome. But at 109 pitches now, a fatigued arm Finley Butler will have to see another batter. Pitching coach Tyler Raskin is going to have a conversation with Finley Butler here.
Almost there. I got to figure out how to adjust the exposure. That's the only button.
The infield's going to come in.
I don't know what it is, but it's not doing anything right now.
Looking at the conversation right now that Tyler Raskin's having with Finley Butler, we're seeing a lot of nods from Finley Butler. If you had to read between the lines, you get the sense that Finley Butler's saying, I got this. McCorkle, his catcher, sticks around a little bit longer to have a couple more words with him as they try and figure out the approach against Mitch Winter. Winter has sent 3 balls into the air. All 3 have come down into the gloves of SMU fielders. A fly out to short, a pop out to the catcher, and a pop out to second base. First pitch on the inside part of the zone, a called strike. 110 thrown now by Finley Butler. An 0-1 count. Swung on to first, and it gets by Stewart. It's going to be a hit as one will score And the Yellow Jackets have the lead off the RBI single by Mitch Winter, who just absolutely launched the ball past Stewart over there at first base. As of right now, it'll go down as an unearned run against Finley Butler because of the E4 when they could have caught Green on the base paths. We will take a quick break as a new pitcher will be coming in a clutch situation. Don't go anywhere. It's 2-1. MSUB takes the lead. Back here, we are in the top of the 8th inning. There's 2 outs, and the new pitcher coming on is Sam McCauley for SMU to see Peyton Flynn. First pitch, it's hit, and it's just beyond the shortstop, Brady McNally. A run will score for MSUB. It's an RBI knock from Peyton Flynn, 3-1. The Yellow Jackets are in front.
Your attention, please. Pinch running at first base, number 5, Andrew Aston. Second base.
So now we have a pinch runner coming in as number 5, Andrew Aston, will replace Mitch Winter.
Now batting, number 13, Aiden Foltz.
Peyton Flynn came out and did not waste any time. First pitch swinging and got it out to left field. Kirschenbaum scores. Winter to second, like I just mentioned. Pinch ran for by Aston. Squares to bunt, and he held it up. He didn't pull back, so that's a strike against Hayden Foltz. Oh, 1, 2 outs. in the zone, make it 0-2. Sam McCauley, the new pitcher, his stats on the year: 3.94 ERA, 1-1 record. This is his 10th appearance. He has 1 save, and that was against the University of Puget Sound. 13 strikeouts, 9 walks for him. 0-2 with 2 outs and 2 on. Still a very big jam to get out of for the Saints. The pitch swung on over to first, fielded in foul territory. So we'll see another pitch. After further review and rules consultation, that run, or that situation where Green got to second, will go down as a stolen base rather than an error. So that means both runs this inning will go down as earned against Finley Butler. He also is responsible for the run at second base that is currently being represented by Aston. Swung on, foul ball. That one misses off the plate to make the count 1-2. Trevor McCorkle is gonna have a conversation with the pitcher Sam McCauley. Hayden Foltz at the plate is 0 for 2 today. It's 3-1 our score here, with 2 on in the form of Flynn over at first, Aston at second. Pinch runner, Aston. One, two outs. Check, swing. They said that he went. Now there's going to be a runner going over to first, but a good job by McCorkle to recover from it, fire over there in time. The hesitation from Foltz really did him in there as he was trying to say that he didn't swing. Instead, he was told he did swing. You got to run to first, and that was enough time to allow McCorkle to run back and make the throw over to first in time. 2 clutch hits by the Yellow Jackets put them up 3-1. Saints need to respond in the bottom of the 8th. Back here, we're in the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-1. MSUB has the lead. First pitch misses up high to Brady Bean, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Singled into right field his last time up. Betancourt's still out there doing work. He's at 82 pitches. As that one's fouled off to make the count 1-1. Finley Butler, his final line, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 111 pitches. 74 of them for strikes as this one's hit out to center field. Green moving over, looks to be under it comfortably, and he is for out number 1.
Now batting, number 37.
Fly it to center. There's one away in the bottom of the 8th. The rest of the line for Finley Butler. 3 runs, all of them earned. Like I said, that will not go down as an error last inning. 5 hits against him, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, a hit by pitch. Really 7 stellar innings, and then right at the end of his performance, the Yellow Jackets found a way to break through on him. Swing and a miss to start off the at-bat for Michael Yamaguchi. Another swing and a miss, make it 0-2 against the Saints DH. Thought about swinging, but he holds off. The bat just levitates a little bit off his shoulder. Right now, MSU-B 3 runs on 6 hits and an error. And Yamaguchi fooled on that one, swings and misses. And the throw down to first will confirm the strikeout. It's another strikeout 2-3. Second straight play we've had. Second straight inning where we've had that play, I guess. Mark Stewart now stepping in. See pitch number 89 from Betancourt. Hit out to center field. Green moving over. And he'll slow up as that one's in his glove. An 8-pitch inning from Jackson Betancourt. He is in line for a win, and he'll probably go for a complete game in the bottom of the 9th. The last chance for some insurance for MSU-B when we come back in the top half of the 9th. Back here, we're in the top of the 9th inning. St. Martin's is trailing MSU-Billings. Sam McCauley threw 7 pitches after coming on in relief last inning. And in this half inning, he'll see 7, 8, 9, the bottom of the MSU-Billings lineup in the form of the first baseman, Naylor, the shortstop, Blazak, and the catcher, Wagenman. Just trying to limit the damage, give his team a chance in the bottom half of the 9th. Reed Little, Arecki, and McCorkle, the 3 due up for SMU, which will be their last chance. A called strike to start off against Naylor. This one off the plate, make it 1-1. In the last inning, it started off with a Wagenman fly out to right field, but Green singled, came around to score, and another fly out, so there was 2 outs. This one's a foul ball, make it 1-2. And then, after a hit by pitch, put runners on the corners, the single by Winter broke this game open, and as we're right now, stands to be the winning play. And then Flynn added to it with an RBI knock himself. 1-2, foul ball. This is an MSU-B squad that scores a lot of their run on extra base hits, however, so 2 clutch RBI singles is unconventional for them, but nevertheless really important to make for head coach Derek Waddips in his 4th season. That one misses inside. 2-2 is our count. That one misses. Count is full for the leadoff batter, Naylor. Naylor 1 for 3, has himself a single earlier today. Foul ball, stay alive. Called strike 3 as that one is into the zone.
Now batting number 4, Zach Blazak.
Did all that to figure out the problem. And there's nothing I can do about it. Pretty much if any of the settings are set.
Zach Blazak now stepping in. Bunt out, ground out, and a strikeout swinging for Blazak. He sees the strike, and the count goes to 0-1. 0-1. Swung on, fouled back. It's 0-2. That one misses. Count goes to 1-2. One, two with one out here as McCauley, the pitcher, prepares to fire it into Zach Blazak. Off speed. Over to Stewart. He fields. He'll flip to McCauley, and the 3-1 ground out is out number 2.
Now batting number 6, AJ Wagaman.
AJ Wagaman now will step in. Wagaman 0 for 3 today. The catcher for MSU-B. Not to be overlooked when talking about the phenomenal start and game thus far by Betancourt. Got to give a lot of credit to his catcher, Wagaman, who has got all the balls and strikes behind the plate there for him. Pitch count now up to 20 for McCauley, who throws that ball high. Count goes to 1-0 with 2 outs here, top 9. That one misses low, and now it's 2-0. Two outs. Saints are down 3-1 here to Montana State Billings. 2-0 pitch. Just misses inside, and Wagaman has himself 1 ball away from a free pass. Get me over pitch does exactly that. Still a hitter's count as it's 3-1 with that one hitting the zone. 3-1 with 2 outs into Wagaman, looking to reach base for the first time today. Swings on it, puts it up into the air. Shaler moving over from center, but it will be a recce in left that's called upon for out number 3 in the top of the 9th. McCauley retires them in order, and the last chance for the Saints in the bottom of the 9th is Little, Arecki, and McCorkle. Don't go anywhere. The exciting finish is coming right up. Back here, the last chance for St. Martin's University comes from the right fielder Little, the left fielder Recchi, and the catcher McCorkle. First pitch into Reed Little is a ball. Count goes to 1-0. He scored the lone run of this game for SMU after singling into left and coming around to score. So that one's called into the zone to make the count 1-1. 91 pitches now thrown by Betancourt, who at this moment is probably a lead candidate for pitcher of the week in the GNAC unless the Saints can get to him. It's put on the ground, over to short. Blazak fields and he throws offline. And it's going to be an E6 on the misthrow from Blazak. But still a well-earned trip onto the bases for Reed Little, and that means the tying run comes to the plate in Alohi Areki. Up high, count goes to 1-0. This is an explosive MSUB offense, and there's 4 games under 500, but they've had some mega wins and some mega breakouts. They put up 31 runs in a game earlier this season as Areki sees that one up near the face and looks back at the pitcher and kind of gives him a, come on now, let's be safe here. As time is going to be called by MSU-Billings, their pitching coach, going to come out and have a conversation with the pitcher Betancourt. They do have their preferred option to come in and close this game, preparing in the bullpen. I don't think they're going to pull the pitcher out. 2-0 is the count with no outs. And they're just checking in. The outfield, of course, staying in the outfield. The entire infield has come in to be a part of this conversation. There's a right-hander going in the pen for MSU-Billings. Let me try and break out the binocs and give you a number there. I think that's number 8. Daniel Naughton, who's the game 2 starter, more likely. Which would make sense. There's another game coming up, so they make sense to warm up that starter, but I wouldn't believe that they're not warming anybody up to possibly come in if some hits start getting strung together against Betancourt, but looks like they're just giving him the leash. This one's hit to right field. The layout and a catch is made by the right fielder, Hayden Foltz. That ball kind of quivered on him last minute there, and he had to lay out to ensure that he was able to grab that line drive that came hard off the bat of Alohi Areki.
Number 8, Griffin Williams.
But if that one would have gone by the right fielder Foltz, it would have been extra bases for sure, and the chance would have been very much alive for SMU. Instead, the first out is made off that diving catch by Foltz. Betancourt will be very appreciative of. First pitch is in the zone on the pinch hitter coming in. It's Griffin Williams. Williams out of El Dorado Hills, California. He's an outfielder, so if we go to extras here, don't assume that he'll be picking up the catching gear. Count is 1-1 on Williams. On the season, he's batting 180. 11 hits for him. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Coming in for McCorkle in the lineup. This one swung on, lifted up into the air. It's out of play for foul. Count is 1-2 with 1 out here. Next pitch will be number 100 for Betancourt, pushing over the century mark. Misses. Count goes to 2-2. This game has cruised by. We're just over 2 hours and 10 minutes and likely going to come to a conclusion of 9 innings very shortly here. 2-2. Up high, the catcher can't fold it into the zone and get the call from the home plate umpire. The count goes full for Griffin Williams. On-base percentage of right around 300 for Williams. Can he just reach and pass the baton to the next man in the lineup? 3-2. Swung on. It's a foul ball to stay alive. Betancourt at 102 pitches. That arm has got to be starting to get tired here, as he'll throw his 14th pitch of this inning. Late swing by Williams, protecting the plate to stay alive. And he just gets a piece of it. The count stays at 3-2. Swings and misses at that one. Low in the dirt, good grab on it by Wagenman.
Now batting, number 13, Dylan McLaughlin.
And the last chance for SMU is their third baseman, Dylan McLaughlin. McLaughlin on the season, a .238 batting average, on-base percentage of .287. The 105th pitch from Betancourt is up and to second. The throw to first is on target and in time for out number 3. That'll do it for this first contest of today's doubleheader. MSU-Billings wins 3-1. You got to give a major tip of the cap to the starting pitcher, Jackson Betancourt. 105 pitches thrown, a complete game, 9 innings. The only run against him was unearned, thanks to an E5. And just an outstanding effort from the starting southpaw out of San Diego, California. We will take a quick break, and in a separate link, we will have Game 2 of today's doubleheader. That one will be 7 innings, and it should be another exciting one. Maybe we'll see another great pitching duel between the Yellow Jackets and the Saints. So join us in a couple minutes for that one. Until then, thanks to all of you for tuning in. And if you're not coming back for Game 2, have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there. The final score, 3-1. MSU Billings wins this contest.